My grandpa called me up out of the congregation, and he whispered to me, I want you to sing a song for me. I said, you don't want me to sing a song. You can't do this to me. And I closed my eyes as tight as I could get them, and I started singing, Jesus Loves Me. And all of a sudden, I kept hearing little things out of the congregation. Oh, how sweet. Oh, she sings really good. Oh, that's lovely. Yes, sing it, baby, sing it. And all of a sudden, I said, oh, they like me.
The sound of the prayer and the sound of the singing, the cry and the voice is something that got in my bones when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I remember my Uncle Harold Dre, who sang in the temple choir, who had this big bass voice, you know, and I went, oh God, I want to sing like Uncle Harold.
Truthfully, like, I didn't even do my homework in high school. I'll be honest, I graduated, I sang to a teacher. I don't want to say her name in case she's still teaching. But
you sang your way out of high school?
I sang my way out of high school.
My father is utterly obsessed with all music and just the whole idea of that being how one expresses, and he's obsessed with those kinds of music, that genre of music of singer-songwriter.
So you're fulfilling your father's dreams?
Yes, there is a vicarious element for sure.
My dad started out as a music teacher in high school, and he had a jazz band, and he played a ton of instruments. He would sit down at the piano and just play these really crunchy, fun jazz chords with these huge hands. You just hear like, da-da, da-da. I mean, there just was, and my mom would play Bach and sing, and she sang in the choir. It was just, music all the time.
I will always remember my father singing Daddy's Home when he'd come home.
Oh.
He'd be like, Daddy's home.
I love that song.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what I mean? So it's always some, music playing.
He's not 1,000 miles away.
You see what I'm saying? He still sings that to me to this day.
My dad was a 50s doo-wop singer. And then in the 70s, he kind of built a show around my family. I was 9 years old running lights, like helping my dad cut light gels. And they really weren't sweating that back in the 70s and 80s. Like, it was nothing for a 9-year-old kid to get a ladder and start, placing lights on the stage.
My dad was giving me these 45 records, and he said, here's a song your generation probably won't know, and it'll seem new to them. And it hit me that I didn't want that.
Right.
I wanted to write my own songs, and I told him that, and that was absurd to him.
Yeah, boy, you're never going to make it.
He let me know. He said, you just haven't done enough living to write real country songs. And I was 22 at the time. And fortunately, he didn't know exactly how much living I had done.
I don't think my mom and dad really understood what it was. And they weren't dismissive of it. I just don't think they understood. Because I didn't understand, right? Like, I didn't have a plan. It's just that chasing something that I loved and doing something that I loved just sort of led me down this road that sort of got me here now.
Life had a plan for you.
Life had a plan, but I did not.
Well, at first, I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. And then that changed pretty quickly. I remember watching Michael Jackson perform, and I was like, I want to be a singer. I saw him smile, and I was like, I'm going to do that.
Did you tell your parents?
I did.
And did they say, no, here are the catalogs for law school?
My mom was definitely like, She was kind of like, I don't know about that industry, right? But there is this part of me where I've just always been a determined little girl. Always, since day one.
He was a devoted father. He deeply loved us, and we always knew that. And I loved him and admired him and was proud of him. At the same time, even into my 20s, I thought this is too much of a burden. I don't want the associations. I don't want people looking through me to see my dad, which is what I felt a lot of time. Like, how can I find her dad in her, get rid of her? But then I grew to realize that I have a beautiful and deep legacy. And to separate myself from my family is to separate myself from myself.
To see more incredible family history stories, click here.
and thank you for watching.